34 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mayfield to throw it this time. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them, in a sense, and gotten the ball from them.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he'll find Hall. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Allen now on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. 31-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Cody Parkey on for the field goal. A 50.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Mayfield finding Beckham. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run with Love. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 26. A huge play there for Washington. 44 yards on the ground.
And the Washington first down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, it's Love. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen forced out to his left. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up fourth.
Thrown to the sideline.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
2-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Washington.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On first down, here's Love. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
On second down, Love. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Larry Ogunjobi.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now Allen to throw on third down. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The 34-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Allen will try again on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward.
It certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Mayfield now. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
22-yard line.
Play fake. Mayfield. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham.
Mayfield's pass.
No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Troy Apke. The 40, the 30, 10. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, He wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second down and 8.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Is good.
Harkey adds the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Breaks loose and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Love again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Staying on the ground, it's Love.
At the 15-yard line.
All fighting off the defender. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
On the carry, it's Love. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hope, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 42 yards. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
Conversion.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brought down at the 26. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Love. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
The kick is good.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
10 at their own 44-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and
this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down now. It's Love. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The third quarter.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced them to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Mayfield off the play fake. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
28-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Browns' drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Out of the gun, they run him with Hunt. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Flush to his right. That one is caught by Hunt. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Jonathan Allen.
But one thing we certainly know, Alabama churns out first-round picks, and there's another nice play there by one of them, Jonathan Allen, the big defensive tackle.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he works free. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 17-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. From the red zone now, Mayfield rolling to his right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's Washington that scoops it up. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line. The
Cleveland offense ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Tackle made by Chase Young. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And 9 at the 32-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Today's finals, Washington.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.